Hello, this is Jeff again. Welcome to my video. Welcome to this channel. This is another video in my series Discovering Kelowna. I've set myself the challenge of seeing all of Kelowna's 203 city parks in 1 year, and I'm about halfway through. It's the middle of winter now. As you can see, it's snowy all over the place. We had a really cold week last week, but we're back to temperatures around the 0 mark. And, you know, I gotta keep seeing parks every week if I want to get my challenge done, so I can't see them all in the summer. This week, I am exploring the neighborhood of East Kelowna. Of course, I haven't been to this neighborhood before. I haven't been to any of these parks before. Sometimes I might sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I haven't actually seen these places. So I'm excited to see what there is out here. This is a rural neighborhood, east, as you might imagine, of the main more commercial, more residential, more urban parts of Kelowna. We are up across Mission Creek, up on the benches, which are lake terraces. So we're farther away from Okanagan Lake. And about 100 years ago, this land was developed by the Kelowna Land and Orchard Company, the KLO company, as orchards. So you can see behind me, there's an orchard. And most of the land in this neighborhood is still agricultural land. A lot of it is still orchards. There's fruit stands here. I bought some apples near here and south of here in the summertime when we were exploring, remember the Jean Road trails, and that's was my first video. We were down there, and that was in the summertime. Of course, some of these orchards have been turned into wineries and vineyards. So not too far away from me, to my right, just west of us, is Kitch Vineyards, the Kitch Winery. So lots of agricultural stuff going on around here. But there are still some residential areas, and there are still some parks for the people of this neighborhood to explore. So I hope you come along with me as we see what there is to see in East Kelowna. We're going to see some parks in more rural areas, and we're going to see some parks also down in the Hall Road area, which is a more residential area closer to Mission Creek, where it's kind of hilly, not these nice flat terraces that you see all on the benches. So anyway, come along with me, and I hope you enjoy it. Hey, so here I am at the first park of the day. This is East Kelowna Park. This park is located right at the top of KLO Road, which is the road that the KLO company built 100 years ago to get workers and developers and things up onto these terraces in order to build these orchards. So right at the top of the road there, there is the kind of the center of the East Kelowna community. There is the church, a lovely old Anglican church. There is the community hall where many local residents have had their weddings and many other events are held. And there's also a pub and a corner store, and right across the street from this park is a golf course. So it's got everything that you could want. And then other than that, around here it's all agriculture and residential zoning. That's the only commercial zoning in this area, is that intersection. But this park is quite a large park, so it's a good community park. It's mostly taken up by 2 baseball diamonds. So you can see behind me, baseball diamonds. You can see how flat the land is, and then in the back you can see there's another rise to another terrace, so an older terrace. Those of course were lake beds and at the end of the last ice age, near post-glacial Lake Penticton. Anyway, now they are agricultural land. So great place to come if you want to play ball. Other than that, there's a parking lot, of course. There's a bathroom building, which is always good to know about, but like most bathroom buildings in Kelowna, it is closed in the winter. So not open today, not open until the spring when the danger to the frozen pipes has passed. So other than that, there's no other playground here. There's no dog park. There's no trails to go for walks, but it is quite a sizable park, and it's a nice asset to the people in this community. So there you go. East Kelowna Park. Well, that's our video for today. Yeah, I know. One park. It's disappointing, unfortunately, thanks to a subtle but insistent series of setbacks and circumstances. We were only able to get to one park this week. But you know what? I had 1 week where I got to 0 parks. I just got out and had a look around at Kathleen Lake, if you remember. So it's not the number that counts, it's that I keep doing it every week. Of course, if you don't count Hall Road, I did see every park in East Kelowna. I mean, it is a rural neighborhood and it's mostly orchards and vineyards. I'm glad I was able to get out there and have a look at that park. I'm glad I was able to show you the little community center that they have there. I think it's quite charming and I would go there again. I know it gets a lot of use in the summertime, so if you're up that way, you'll know where to stop in for all your tiny community needs. But I definitely will go back and explore the other parks in Hall Road, maybe when there's less snow around, maybe in the springtime. We'll see, but you know I'm going to get to them before the end of my challenge is up. Now, I hope you enjoyed what I was able to show you this week, and if you like this video, please like it. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe, because there's going to be another video next week. I can't guarantee it'll have more than one park, but there's going to be something, and slowly we'll get towards our goal. Now, if you hit the notification bell, you will be notified when I post my next video, but I can already tell you it will be on a Friday. I post these every Friday, so we're going to keep doing that until we see all the parks. I hope you'll know that even if you do have setbacks, just to get out there and have a look around is a victory. Even if you just walk around your block, you might see something new, and it's always worth going out. You never want to presume what's going to happen, whether it'll be good or whether it'll be bad. But anyway, I did have a good time. I enjoyed seeing that park, and I enjoyed being able to show it with you. And I look forward to what I can show you next week. See you next Friday.